If I had a daughter, I'd take her to the Natural History Museum, show her the bones of all of our ancestors, explain how the Homo sapiens managed to win the day because of their big brains, but that some people still have a little bit of Neanderthal in them, and that's perfectly okay. I'll try to emphasize that sameness and size and money and clothes and the ease with which you smile, all of it's only as important as you make it, but I'd buy her 2 pet mice, and I'd rejoice in the silly names she might give them, or, for that matter, the earnest adult ones like Geronimo and Faust, and I'd watch her play, and then one day watch her crying, and I'd try to think of the best way to explain sickness and dying. I'd hold her hand in mine while I exhumed the mice from the freezer, then would walk uphill, maybe Coolman Ridge, where my dogs and cats and grandmother are all buried, and we can put her first friends there with mine in the same makeshift cemetery. I hope Geronimo and Faust, with their small but pivotal parts, won't stop her from loving many more tiny little hearts.
If I had a daughter, I'd already be on the back foot trying to explain to her, yep, I know I don't like 40-degree heat either, much less 50 degrees. But you have to understand that you'll have more of these days, and more of them. And sooner or later, they might be all you have.
If I had a daughter who ran away from home for days just to find some new and exciting place, I hope she wouldn't even be afraid. Careful and cautious, yes, but I hope she'd watch the smoggy sunset fade and find the same kind of quiet I find in the world outside. I hope that I'd catch her on our walks through national parks sometimes, closing her eyes and breathing in the air. I hope that the air is still breathable there, wherever there is. Are we still in Australia? Or did I make some bold move to a different hemisphere where the money is better but the air is less clear? I hope that I can leave her something when I die, even if it's just a modest pile of words, or maybe a password that could open up a rambling and vast, knotted up, unknowable virtual treasury of my past. God, I hope I don't embarrass her.
If I had a daughter, I'd say, look, seriously, I will do my best for you to provide you with the right kind of psychological support and setup. But at a point, because this is how society's gears grind, you're going to go into the schooling system and then your entire world is more or less dictated by a pack of random strangers in a building you spend every day in for 12 years or so. And at the end of that, you're going to have a whole world of weird problems and hot panic buttons, and there's nothing much to do about that.
If I had a daughter, I'd read her A.A. Milne and C.S. Lewis, the less fucked up stuff, and Victor's Quest, and that book, what was it called? Full Moon Soup. And we could watch Madeline and Babar and whatever her generation's Captain Planet will be, and all of the original Disneys, the 2D animations, not the live-action remakes. I can look over at her with her eyes full of colour and her head full of care, and that night send her to sleep with poems about a talking honey bear.
If I had a daughter, I'd say, the world is going to do a number on you. It's going to roll right over you, and that is honestly that. Keep coming up for breaths in between waves if you can. That's all I got.
If I had a daughter, I'd never tell her not to cry. Whether it be a graze on her knee, or a beast beneath her bed, or some small loss, or some cruel schoolyard surprise, because all of those monsters are metaphors that she'll need later in life. I hope I can comfort her correctly, walk the tightrope just right, so she's strong and capable and curious, and her size never stops her, and I never stop her. I hope that I learn to let go just in time. I hope she keeps the books and the jumpers that I write her name in. If I had a daughter, I hope she'd learn to love the world far more unconditionally than me. Not for what it is, but for everything that it maybe could be.